In this lesson, we are going to see the difference between dropping a course and withdrawing from a course. It is an important distinction that many students and even some faculty get wrong. As part of this discussion, we will also discuss the drop-add period and the last day to withdraw, sometimes known as W day. Normally, you register for your courses, you take those courses, and you get your grade. But what if you want to change? For example, what if the course you really want to take is full, so you register for something else, but that course later opens up more slots? The first few days of courses are known as the drop-add period. The length of drop-add differs between colleges, but is typically a week or less. If you add a course during this period, it is just like you registered for it when you first registered for courses. In other words, there's no difference for courses you add during drop-add. If you drop a course during drop-add, three things are very different from withdrawing from a course. They are: first, that course never shows up on your transcript at all. It's just like you never signed up for the course at all. Second, you do not get a grade for the course. That makes complete sense because it does not show up on your transcript. And third, you're not charged for the course. That means if you've already paid for the course, you get a complete and total refund. You can withdraw from a course anytime after the end of drop-add. However, as we will discuss in a few moments, it makes a big difference when you withdraw. Unlike a dropped course, when you withdraw from a course, that course shows up on your transcript even though you do not receive any credit for it. Unlike a dropped course, you will receive a grade for the course. That grade will either be a W, short for withdrawn, or WF, short for withdrawn while failing. I will discuss these in more detail in a moment. If you withdraw very soon after the end of drop-add, you may, and I want to emphasize may, receive a prorated refund. If your college offers prorated refunds, the proration period will end within a few weeks of the end of drop-add. Not all colleges offer any prorated refunds. As I mentioned earlier, only two grades are possible when you withdraw from a course, W or WF. A course with a grade of W is completely ignored in your GPA calculations. It is shown on your transcript, but otherwise has no impact on anything. A course with a grade of WF is treated exactly like a course with a grade of F in your GPA calculations. So, if you're going to receive a WF, you may as well stick it out and try to pass. There's absolutely no advantage to receiving a WF over an F. None whatsoever. Each semester, your college will specify the last day you can withdraw and receive a grade of W. We'll call this the W day for short, since this is a commonly used term. If you withdraw after the W day, you always receive a WF. Always. If you withdraw before the W day, the grade you receive depends on your college, perhaps your professor, and how well you're doing in the course. Technically, a W means withdrawn while passing. So, your college may check with your professor and have him or her assign either a W or a WF for withdrawals prior to W day. This is what the first two colleges I taught at did. At the second two, the grade of W was automatic for withdrawals prior to the W day. If you attend a college that has the professor assign the grade, you should check with your professor prior to withdrawing. He or she can tell you if they will assign you a W or a WF. If they are going to assign a WF, you may as well stick it out and try to pass. At one college I taught at, this young lady was having real trouble with business statistics. She ended up taking it 10 times over her college career. 10 times. Sometimes she would fail. Other times she would get frustrated and withdraw. Since she had to pay for each of those 10 attempts, she paid a lot of money for that course. She would not be able to do that at the college I teach at now. They limit the number of times you can withdraw from a major course to 3 times, and they limit the total number of withdrawals you can have from all of your major courses combined. After all, colleges do not want to have poor students continually taking up slots that good students need. The takeaway is to make sure you know early on if there is a limit on your number of withdrawals and retakes. These could be different for various majors, or they could be college-wide. After all, if business statistics is required for your major, and you cannot pass it in the allowed number of attempts, you would have to change to a different major that does not require business statistics. You could not even take business statistics at another college and transfer it in, as many colleges refuse to take transfer credit for any course that you've taken and failed at that college. Their rule is, if you take it here, you must pass it here. Always check with your professor before withdrawing from a course. Ask him or her what your chances are of passing the course. Withdrawing costs you money when you retake the class and delays your graduation. You do not want to withdraw when your professor thinks you have a chance of passing. It is so much better to buckle down and do the work. Finally, if it is after the W day and you know you're going to receive a grade of WF, there's just no point at all in withdrawing. You are so much better off sticking it out and trying to pass. Your professor might end up curving the grades or being impressed with your hard work. Even if you fail, you would have been exposed to all of the material, increasing your chances of passing the course the next time you take it.